Hi everyone, Barbara here, and I just wanted to drop in to talk about manifestation. And everybody uses that word manifestation. What does it mean? And they act like it's some mysterious thing, but actually we're manifesting all the time. Everything that currently exists in your life is what you have manifested up to this point. It's not based on luck. It's not based on magic or magical thinking. It's based on real thought. And so we need to talk about, in order to talk about manifestation, we need to talk about thought and what is thought and thinking. And so let's dive into this for a few minutes. I want to spend, a little while really talking deeply about this because everybody thinks that the law of attraction is some mysterious thing, and actually it's been talked about for thousands of years. You can find references to this all throughout the ancient writings in the Bible. You can find references to, what you think about will be made manifest. And it has to do with faith, and faith has to do with your thoughts and your words. So we want to get down to looking at what are the things that you're thinking. And you have to understand that thoughts are not just some random things that run through your mind, although they can be. If you let your thoughts just run amok and just, you're not really paying attention to what you're thinking, you end up with confusion in your life and chaos, because the universe matches confusion with confusion and clarity with clarity. So if you're just letting your thoughts run through your mind and you're not really disciplined about your thinking, you're just going to get random stuff show up in your life or conflicting things. And what you really want to do is to think about what it is that you really want, not what you don't want. Most of us spend most of the time complaining about what we don't like, saying what we don't want, and those are the things that we focus on, the things that we don't want. And what ends up happening is that those things show up in our lives. And manifestation really is about clear thinking. And it has to do with faith. It has to do with believing in what you think about. So if you have conflict around the things that you're thinking about, you're going to run into trouble. But when you are very clear about what it is that you want, that's when things really begin to move into high gear in the direction that you want them to go. So it begins with really knowing what you want, believing and trusting that God or the universe is on your side. And I can show you in many ancient writings, and specifically the Bible, because that's what I've studied the most, where God wants us to have everything. In the beginning, God created the Garden of Eden, and people lived in the Garden of Eden, and they had everything they wanted, and they were meant to live forever. And then because people didn't believe it, they turned away from it and ended up getting something else. So that's the creation story, is that we were meant to be perfect people and have everything we wanted. So it all comes down to, what do you think about? What do you want? And that's why having written goals is so important, because if you know what you want, and you've taken the time to write it down, it means that you've thought about it, and then you focus on it a lot. You just focus on it and you feel it in your body. You feel what it feels like to already be there. You kind of live it from the end. And this is the way that you train your thoughts to bring you the stuff that you want, and really to live in faith. Faith is really trusting that God is, and the universe, and whatever you want to call it, God or the universe, wants you to have a really great life. and we get in there and we overthink stuff and we think wrongly, and we have a lot of spiritual error that's been taught to us, like it's, a sin to be wealthy, the money is the root of all evil. This is not true. This is not true. I mean, if you're focusing on money for the wrong things, yes, it can be very, very bad. But having money, do you want all the bad guys to have all the money? So focus on what it is you want and get rid of spiritual error and really focus and talk about it. So your thoughts come in, the good thoughts need to come out of your mouth. The bad thoughts, just let them go away. Negativity, let it go. Do not let it come out your mouth. Do not speak negativity. Speak it the way you want to see it. Decree and declare those things that you want. And that's the way these things come to be. And eventually, and it's not magic. I mean, you say these things and then you begin to make decisions based on them. So everything that you do, once you have clear goals, you make decisions based on those goals and those values. And that's how it begins to happen. If you are presented with a choice between something that violates your goals or your values, don't make that choice. Say no to that choice and only say yes to the choices that are in alignment with your goals and your values. And that's how we use those things. And that's why they're so valuable. So I hope you found this useful. I have used this technique for many, many, many years. And it has taken me from living on the streets as an alcoholic, a homeless alcoholic, to getting sober and living a really great life. And if a shell of a human being like myself can do it, like I was back then, you can do it too. So this, all it takes is focusing on what you want. So I wish you all the best. I hope you'll check in and keep checking in and engaging, and I'd love to hear from you. So take care. Bye.